Hello, everyone. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to this evening's Syracuse University's Orange Experience, an inner spring cleaning. My name is Corey Miller, and I'm the Executive Director of Events and Affinity Programs here at the Syracuse University Office of Alumni Engagement. Before we begin tonight's program, just a couple quick reminders. First and foremost, we're pleased to provide closed captioning during this program. Please see the Zoom chat for instructions on how to do this. You can just open the chat by clicking it in your toolbar. That way it stays up throughout the program. We won't be using it as much this evening, but of course, anytime you have questions, feel free to also pop those in the chat, and Jillian and I together will take on any questions at the end of the program tonight. This program is being recorded. If you don't want your image recorded, feel free to disable your video camera. There's instructions in the chat for that as well. And like I said, we'll be addressing questions at the end after our short class this evening with Jillian. So feel free to pop those in the chat anytime they come your way. And at this time, also make sure you have a yoga mat or simply a carpeted area, 3 pillows or blankets, and 2 yoga blocks. Books also work if you don't have yoga blocks on hand. And now I'd like to introduce Jillian Pransky, class of 90, a graduate of Syracuse University Newhouse. I've had the pleasure to sit in on some of her classes, and it's been such a great reminder to slow down and root myself in my body and breathing. And after the last year plus that we've all experienced, I feel that taking a moment to breathe and settle is more important than it's ever been before. Jillian's the author of Deep Listening, a healing practice to calm your body, clear your mind, and open your heart. She's also an international presenter, mindfulness teacher, and certified yoga therapist. She's faculty at renowned learning centers, such as Kripalu Center for Yoga and Health at the Omega Institute. And last but certainly not least, she's been featured as a yoga and mindfulness expert in many media outlets, including the New York Times, CNN, and Yoga Journal. We're incredibly lucky to get some time with her tonight as she walks us through some meditation and yoga exercises. So now I'm going to turn it over to you, Jillian. Thanks again and welcome.
Can you hear me now? Okay.
Yes, we can.
Yeah. Okay. So first of all, thank you, Corey, so much. And I see my friend Tracy on here, who actually hooked me up with Corey to make this happen.
Hi, Tracy.
And Tracy's really prepared to relax. I see her sneaking her wine in the corner. Very nice. Perfect. We mistitled this already. But it's so nice to be here. Thank you so much. And I see a lot of really sweet, loving faces that I'm really happy to have join us tonight. So thank you guys for being here. What we're going to do tonight, I actually, if you guys wouldn't mind putting in the chat for a moment, first of all, besides how are you? Have you experienced yoga or meditation before? Just give me a yes if you are, some level of experience, and a no if you're a brand new beginner. We got yeses, 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 yeses. All right, obviously that's why you signed up. Okay. And then I guess the next natural question for our title, anyone spring cleaning yet? In their house? Urge, at least the urge, the itch? The itch, the urge. Absolutely. Yeah. So we're going to, we take a lot of time to think about how we spring clean our space. Even if we don't get to it, we think a lot about wanting to get to it. Not only so we feel more fresh and more organized, but we know that if things accumulate, that it begets accumulation, right? So accumulation begets more accumulation, and it makes it harder to clean over time. And really what we're going to be looking at is the accumulation of gunk in our bodies doesn't only get things disorienting and messy, but it really becomes a breeding ground, a lot like our house too, for really deeper dirt, harder to clean, but also for germs and disease, if not dis-ease, then definitely disease as well, not just discomfort. And really how we take care of our inner body sets us up for our well-being, how we take care of our space. It affects how we not only feel right now, but it really affects how we feel in the future, what we do now. So we spring clean our space, we spring clean our bodies, and in yoga, it's turning inward. And we're going to use some specific techniques tonight to remove the heaviness of winter, the sludge, anything that's built up. not only from this past season, but we're practicing now really to look at how much stress and we've endured, stress and tension we've endured for this past year, that I'm sure we each have our own story about how much we're carrying in our bodies and in our minds. And stress and tension is not only a burden to carry, it doesn't only feel heavy, but really it inhibits our ability to self-clean. It inhibits all of the systems in our body that really are there for our self-healing and our repair and our renewal. So it takes a toll on our immunity, it takes a toll on our digestion and our overall well-being, physically and emotionally. But you guys do yoga and meditation, so you know this already. But I really just wanted to orient what we were doing specifically is really simple practice to release some stress and tension, make us not only feel more at ease, but create more space for our breath. And then we'll do a meditation where we feel not only more relaxed, but it actually turns on our body's rest and digest, which is where detoxification happens. So if we're looking to detox in spring, we always think about how can I work harder and pump it up, but really relaxation is the place where our detoxification systems are actually turned on. So if it's not the cornerstone of a practice, it should definitely be included in all the other sort of work you're efforting doing. So we're gonna head to our mats, and I invite you to, you don't have to have your yoga clothes on, but you can do this in your jeans and t-shirt as well. You can do it with or without props. I have three pillows instead of 3 blankets just to make it easy. And I have 2 blocks as well. I also have my pup right in front of me who may or may not wander unseen, we'll see. So just not to be surprised by him. I'm gonna invite you to start standing and then we'll finish laying down. So I'll wait for a moment till you get yourself into a space where you can just find an easy standing position. Maybe your feet are about hip distance apart, maybe a little wider, maybe a little closer, whatever's comfortable for you. We'll start with a really simple squeeze and release technique. This is great to do anytime, and it will lead us into our flow practice. So with the hands by the side, for a couple of breaths, we will use our inhale to engage, make little fists, squeeze our muscles to the bone, shoulders come up. And on a long exhale, let the shoulders and arms go. We'll do that 2 more times, just with the hands and arms. Inhale, squeezing everything up. Exhale, letting everything go. One more time on your breath. Make a little fist, squeeze the arm muscles, the shoulders up. And exhale, let everything go. Letting your weight start to drain down to the ground. We're going to do 3 more like that, this time with the whole body equally everywhere. So on an inhale, squeeze the legs, the seat, the arms, the shoulders, all the way to the top of the breath. Exhale out your mouth, let your body weight land on the ground. And 2 more times on your own. Everything on the inhale squeezes up. And on the exhale, releasing. And 1 more time. And then just pausing for a moment. That was just releasing surface tension. Perhaps you can imagine a sand timer or an hourglass. When turned upside down, the sand empties from the top to the bottom. And on 3 breaths, just imagine you're an hourglass, and on the exhale, all the sand is lowering from your head down to your shoulders. All your heaviness, all your gunk, lowering from your shoulders to your waist. And on 1 more exhale, let all the sand in you, all the heaviness go down into the lower hourglass, spreading in your feet on the ground. 1 big exhale, let your body land on the earth. So we get grounded. Then bringing your right hand to wrap around your left ribs. Your left hand to wrap around your right ribs, just gently holding the side body. Feel your breath filling your palms. Your breath is moving into your clear upper hourglass. Just for 3 breaths, follow the inhale as it spreads into your palms. And the exhale as it goes back out. One more time. So you feel your body weight land on the ground, all the sand, all your heaviness close to the earth. You feel your breath moving in your clear upper hourglass, just spreading in your ribs. And a little more movement now to open up that space for our breath even more. You can bring your hands by your side body, just beginning at the pace of your breath. As your inhale comes to you, sweep up till your palms touch. And as your exhale leaves, bring your hands back down by your side. With your breath, as you discover it, so as you notice the inhale filling you all the way up, you can look up a little bit, adding a little bright energy. Exhale, hands back around. One more just like that. The inhale sweeps up. The exhale lowers. We're going to add a little bit of stronger movement just to start building some heat and lifting our energy a little bit. So you sweep up same way, but this time on the exhale, sit down in an imaginary chair as you bring your hands by your side, and then push off the earth to rise up, root down to bloom up. Exhale, the length of your breath lower. So you might be faster or slower than me. Whatever you find your breath pace is what your rhythm should be. Do 3 more, sweeping up on your inhale. You can exhale out your mouth if you wish. 2 more. Go as low as you wish and as much energy to rise up. And this time, next time you get up, look up, stay up. Imagine like looking up to a nice spring sky, and then slide your prayer in front of your heart. This time, inhale, press your prayer up. And exhale, open twist. Bring your left arm back, your right arm forward. So the way you'd wring out a dirty rag, we're twisting through the spine. The inhale, sweep back up till the hands come neutral. Look forward. Exhale, spin it open, the right arm back, the left arm forward. Again, at the pace of your breath, center and up on your inhale. Maybe exhale out the mouth if you wish. On your inhale up. Twisting is a great cleanser, and it's really nice to neutralize also when you feel really stressed. It's a great way to sort of wring the stress out of your spine. One more on each side. Up through center, all the way to the end of your exhale as you twist open. Next time you get up, stay up. Again, to brighten the energy, do a pretend handstand on the ceiling. Push the sky up, push the ground down. Look up with your breastbone or look up with your heart, if I may. And then exhale, hands down by your side. On your inhale, just the left arm up. Little side lean. Back to center and down on your exhale. Right arm on your inhale, the length of your breath, till your arm and cheek meet. And release. So you only lean over as much as you can still touch your cheek with your arm. Nice. And release. Big inhale all the way to the top. Exhaling to lower. One more time. And pause. Take one breath. Let your entire upper hourglass empty on one breath. Get grounded. From here, open up your legs just a little wider than your shoulders. Bring your hands to your thighs, sort of like a baseball umpire. And we'll move with the breath, lifting the breastbone on your inhale. You can sort of lift your tail as well. And on your exhale, pull your belly to your spine. So it's like a cat-cow. Those of you guys who do yoga, the inhale, the heart moves forward. Exhale, pull your belly to your spine, round your back. Again, at the pace of your breath, the inhale, heart looks forward, gaze up if you want a little more energy. Exhale, round. One more time, inhale to open. Exhale, round, curl all the way up to the sky. Roll your shoulders back. Press your palms back behind you. Imaginary wall, press your palms into an imaginary wall. And then we're gonna imagine that also we have nostrils right on the lung center, heart center. So you could breathe right through your chest into your lungs as if you're opening up the window of your lungs and letting the breath come in. Exhale out. Imagine you could breathe directly in and out of your heart. That's a mood lifter with spring. One more time. Exhale, sweeping the arms forward, misclap right over left. And then I just want to watch my mic here, but you want to bring your hands as around your back as you can. And since I have a lot of friends on here, if you want to evoke your little grease lightning, feel free to do a little grease lightning while you're back there. Feel your hands right on the bottom of your shoulder blades. Feel your breath, feel your palms. One more breath here. And you can either stay like this or bring the backs of your hands towards each other, or if you wish, wrap your hands around each other. So eagle arms, great shoulder and neck stretch. And if you also would like to add on just a little bit more heat, feel free to sit while you do that stretch. Take one big breath here. And then push into the ground, bring your elbows up to the sky. And release. And one more time, this time misclap in the other direction. If you can remember whatever arm was on top, probably your habitual one, do the opposite. Get your best grease lightning going on. Breathe into your hands on your back. So this is really actually, you know, especially since we haven't been doing a lot of hugs. We haven't been having a lot of our natural touch. And if you breathe into your hands have a lot of cleansing power in them and detoxing power. Touch is a really important part of our well-being. So just feel your own hands on your body. It's shown by science research to lower the stress response when you connect with your own hands and breath on your own body. And if you wish, take it into the eagle arms, bringing either the back hands together or the palms. And last time, if you want one more little heat builder, feel free to sit as low as you wish. But again, spring is not about over efforting to detox. It's about more fluidity and building heat, not fire, not don't burn out, but more like just enough heat that you feel warm. Press the feet down, elbows up. Take one big breath here. And release. So the way we started, just this one last tool, or this one first tool, the squeeze and release, we'll do one more time standing. 3 breaths on your inhale, squeeze everything to the midline. On your exhale, let everything go. These are 3 breaths you can take with you and do this next time you need to leave a heated conversation and use the restroom, and do 3 squeeze and releases, and you'll come out with a little bit more repose. Exhale, release. Your body will be a little more fluid and a little bit more open. One more time. And just shake it out. Feel free to shake out the whole thing. Believe it or not, shaking just like this is a great spring technique. If you do anything in the morning and you just want to do one thing, just shake every limb. Great for your lymphatic system, all the cleansing systems in your body. So that simple routine, if you remember anything, just remember the hourglass. You can do that anytime, and the squeeze and release. And we're going to head down on our mat, even though we have like a little bit of a bubbly energy. We're going to use our props to also open our chest. So if you want to just watch me set up real quick, I'm going to have one rolled pillow for underneath my knees. And if you want, you can place it over blocks to make it a little higher for your legs. My legs are going to go over that. And I have these two extra pillows. One's going to go underneath the length of my back. So it will be like that when I lay down. It will start right at my waistline. And the other one is going to go right behind my head across. So to set up, I have one long one on the ground. And then I'm just going to cross this over the top for my head. And it's going to allow my chest to really expand. So the relaxation is not so much to get sleepy, but more to expand your body for space and breath and refreshment. Before I lay down, my knee pit is in the middle of my support under my legs. I'm going to bring my hands right behind to touch my pillow so that I know I'm very centered as I come down. And the second pillow is going right under my shoulders, under my head. Okay, so wiggle around and readjust your props until you get it in a way that it feels just right for you. And if this does not resonate for any reason, you can take the pillows out from underneath your back and head and just do something under the legs if this does not work with what you have at home. If you want, cover up with a blanket. We are going to start with a little squeeze and release on the ground, and then we'll grow aware of our breathing, inviting the breath, the nourishing, cleansing breath to flow through our body. So to begin, 3 squeezes and releases. You guys are pros at that by now. So inhale, squeeze everything everywhere. Let go of everything on the exhale until your body lands heavily on the ground. And 2 more on your own. This is a nice one to do when you get into bed at night as well. Just squeezing and releasing. Progressively squeeze so you go from 0 towards 10, slowly dialing up. And you go from 10 back to 0, letting everything soften and land on the ground. And in order to turn on our systems for self-healing, to move into rest and digest, step number 1 is always relate to support, meaning there is a ground under your body. It is there to hold you. So we allow our body weight to rest on support, on the ground. Let your legs be effortless. Let your legs rest on the earth. No work needed in the legs. Your seat lands on the ground. Your back your head. If you wish, you can leave your hands on the floor or you can place them on your belly, your ribs, on your body, any which way you'd like. And as your body rests on the ground, feel your breath moving into your hands. Moving under your hands. So now you don't have to do the cleaning. The breath is a cleanser. The breath cleans you. You just have to allow it to flow through you on its own. The ground will hold you up. The earth will hold you up. So the breath can fill you more. When we soften and allow our weight to be on the ground, it creates more space for the breath to move in us. And then the breath creates more space for itself. It gently nudges you open. The way water clears debris, your liquid breath, waves of your breath will wash through you, softening and removing heaviness. Water wears away rock. So just letting your body rest on the earth and allowing your breath to ripple through you. Jaw dangles, your jaw releases from the back of your ears. Your eyelids soft. And the space between your brows widens. The space between your ears wide open. As if you release squinting around your eyes, you can release any squinting around your brows or temples and inside your ears. You can imagine now space inside your tongue, the volume of your tongue. The soft palate, the roof of the mouth wide. Just sweeping through with a little bit of intentional connection for space and openness for spring renewal. Just imagine the space between your breastbone and your back. Imagine the breath rippling through and softening, warming, brightening the space between your breastbone and your back. And between your navel and your back. Imagine the breath washing through, releasing any residue from the gripping of the past year in the gut. Let your breath wash through and soften. Again, water wears away rock. Whatever is rigid will be overcome by what is soft, fluid. Just see your whole inner body, the space inside you. Just imagine your breath. Maybe you can imagine your breath like the liquid breath, maybe little sunshine reflecting on your liquid breath, bright, warm, liquid breath, just washing through your entire inner shape. The 3D shape inside you. Again, just telling the body that it's okay to rest on the ground by feeling the support under you. Let all your weight be held by the ground. Let your breath get a little bit bigger on purpose so you can mentally or purposely stretch your breath on the inhale. And exhaling out your mouth. Stretching your breath on your inhale. And exhaling out your mouth. If there's an area in your body that might need a little extra care with the spring cleaning, maybe a body part, maybe your mind, maybe your heart. The way you might turn on the lights in a closet when you open it up to clean it. Once the lights have been turned on, there's naturally a capacity for freshness and change. So wherever you might need a little extra cleaning in your body or mind, send your breath like a little flashlight, maybe the color of sunshine. Just guide your breath into whatever area you might want to just amplify a little bit more TLC. And then there's a lot of friends on our program tonight. And we've all walked over each other's footsteps in some way in real time on Syracuse's campus. And here we are in this virtual space, connecting in such an unusual but profound way. Send a mental breath, a cleansing breath to everybody here practicing together. Maybe even mentally send a little message of goodwill and renewal. And maybe also then send a little TLC cleansing light breath to anybody else you know who may need it. Sending out our goodwill is a stress reducer and a cleanser. It's a lot like a gratitude practice. We forget that just thinking in warm ways and in service ways and in gratitude ways, it's really nourishing for the nervous system, and then turns on our own self-healing. So if you wish, you can stay on the floor and stay in relaxation. Otherwise, stretch your arms in any way that feels good, or your legs or feet, fingers or toes. No need to come out of the pose if you want to close on your own after our session. If you want to do a squeeze and release again, feel free. And when you're ready, you could bend your knees and take your time to roll to your side and just pause on your side body. How you move is how you treat yourself, right? So your movement style, when you move with care, when you take care of yourself through the movement itself, it winds up sending a message to your nervous system also to kick in a little more gentle healing. Take a moment to mindfully sit up if you'd like to close together. But again, your choice. You can stay in your relaxation. Just pausing in a comfortable seat. I'll come to join you back at the camera, but you can stay as you are, just in an easy seat. And pausing to maybe stack your hands over your chest, or actually let's wrap the hands, one hand around the left ribs, one hand around the right. Just as we did at the beginning. Close your eyes, and this is your take home. This is your homework. We'll do 3 breaths with the hourglass, and then 3 breaths to feel in our hands. So you're a sand timer, you're an hourglass. And on an exhale, you feel your weight leaving, draining out of your head and shoulders, just taking that busyness down, the tension down from your shoulders to your breastbone, maybe your belly. And on one last exhale, all your weight lands on the ground. So when you let your body actually be on support, it makes more room for your cleansing breath. And feel your breath move in your welcoming hands on your side body, and just let your breath fill your upper hourglass. My wish for you is that you may feel grounded over and over again, and remember to come back to your breath. It's the fastest way to come home to yourself, to self-regulate your stress, which not only is good for everybody you come into contact with, but it really allows your self-healing, self-cleansing, not only in spring, but every day. Spring is every morning. Spring is every morning. So thank you so much for practicing with us tonight. And what a joy, what an honor And my God, I need to shout out all my theta friends. They came out in such supportive drove, and I love you guys. Thank you for practicing. And Corey, thank you for having me.
No, thank you. Thank you so much for joining us, everyone. I don't want to ruin our relaxing vibe. We will stick on for a few more minutes. We'll pop a couple fun reminders about some other programs we have. We'll put those right in the chat. But otherwise, Jillian and I will stay on. So of course, if you want to chat and catch up, or if you have any specific questions for Jillian, we'll stick around. But most importantly, thanks for taking a moment to relax and reset. Jillian, I feel like your dog right now. I could curl up and take a little nap. I was looking at him in the back there.
He's a pro. He's the star, man.
You're really so well behaved. I'm very jealous. But no, thank you. That was so wonderful and much needed.
I have a lot of free practices on my Instagram TV. And there was a really simple practice like I did tonight, a 20-minute stress reduction practice. I teach every Friday on Zoom for those who want to join me for sort of deeper studies. I have a few things floating around YouTube, but there's a ton of free content. If you hop over to my being redesigned website soon, you'll find all sorts of ways to practice with me at, just on your own. And my newsletter, every single newsletter includes some sort of free practice or offered freely, as well as lots of paid opportunities too.
Thank you.
But I just want to stress one last thing. You don't have to practice for 20 minutes. You don't have to practice for an hour, and you never have to practice with me again. But if you take care of yourself for 6 breaths a couple of times a day, I promise you, money back guarantee, you will feel a difference over time. I guarantee.